Okay, so welcome to the 18th class of our computer architecture and organization. So in the previous class, I will once again revise what we have discussed in the previous class. So in the previous class, we have discussed a concept called stack. So in the previous class, we have discussed a concept called stack. So these are the things that are related to stack. Once again, I will rewind the matter or rewind the topic what we have discussed in the previous class for some time, so that I will move to the next topic called queue. Because why? What is the reason I am rewinding this topic once again? Means stacks and queues are the main important concepts. These concepts you will get in your microprocessor or micro MPMC, microprocessor and microcontroller. I think you have got the. You should get these things in your C program, and now in CAO you are getting these concepts, and in embedded systems also you will get the concepts called stacks and queues. Okay, and if you go, if you recruit for, if you apply for any bank jobs, and if you got recruited, then also if you got any bank job, then also you should use this concept called this is in queue. Your process is in queue like that. So you should be aware of what is meant by queue and what is meant by stack. Okay, last class we have discussed about what is meant by stack. Okay, stack is a temporary data storage device. The concept of the stack is LIFO, that means last in first out. Okay, stack is a stack. The structure of the stack is like that. It is opened at one end and closed at other end. The other end which is closed, it is being closed permanently. Okay, that means if you want either insert the data, that means if you want either to add the data or to delete the data from the stack, you can do it only from the open end or one end, that is called top end. Okay, that is called as open end of the stack. That is nothing but top of the stack. Okay, so you can easily see the thing in this particular diagram. Okay, the top of the stack is always open, or the open end is called as top of the stack, and the other end which is closed is called as the bottom of the stack. Okay, if you want either to insert the data or to retrieve the data, you can perform only by using only one side, that is top of the stack. Okay, here we will get two technical terms called push operation and pop operation. Push is nothing but inserting the data into the stack. Inserting the data into the stack is called push operation. Retrieving or removing or deleting the data from the stack is referred as pop operation. So here majorly we are having two operations. One is push operation and the other one is pop operation. Okay, and if you observe, and one more thing, what we have discussed in this stack is we are having a component called stack pointer. What is it means? Stack pointer. The stack pointer will always present at the top of the stack. Will always present at the top of the stack. Okay. Whenever you push the data into the stack pointer will always update the topmost value. Okay, stack pointer will always present at the top of the stack. That means the stack address is from 0 to 995. Okay, the stack address starts from 0 to 995. The stack point will always be present at 995 address only. Okay, whatever the value, whatever the things you are going to insert by using the push operation, this particular stack point used to press them to downwards, and it will always present at top of the stack. Okay, whatever the position, how many times, how many values you may insert, it used to push the previous value to the downside. It is just like placing the clause in a what you will call a cover. Okay, so what you used to do, you used to place the first cloth in your cover. Next, if you want to place the second cloth, you used to place in the next position, that means top of the previous one, third top of the second one, fourth top of the fourth one, like that. Okay, so if they were full, then what you are used to do, you use your hand and you try to push them to the down, and you will insert the new values at the top. Is it clear? That is the concept that is going to happen in the stack also. Okay, so stack pointer is always present at the top of the stack. It is used to perform either push or pop operations. Okay, next. So this is the diagram of a stack. Okay, where you are having push and pop. Push is nothing but inserting the data into the stack, whereas pop is nothing but removing or retrieving or deleting the data from the stack. Okay. Next, stack has LIFO. That means last in, first out. That's what we have explained now. So if you take a what we call back, and if you try to place the cloths, okay, so whatever the cloth you have inserted into that first, it will be present at the down position, okay. The next will be the next position, the third cloth will be the next higher position, okay. While removing the cloth, what is the first cloth you are going to remove? The cloth what you have inserted at the last is the first cloth what we are going to remove, okay. That is the concept of this stack, okay. Now we are moving to the next concept called queue, okay. Queue, this is the thing you used to hear very frequently, okay. So whenever you go to the bank, they used to say, please follow line or follow a queue. In cinema hall, whenever if you want, now online booking is there, if not, if you want to book a tickets, then also you have to follow queue, okay. So wherever you go, there will be a queue. What is meant by queue? Okay, see, for example, if you want to go to a movie of a famous your favorite actor, okay, so there, for example, consider there is no online booking, okay, there is only offline booking. That means you need to, there is no black tickets also. Then what the thing you have to do? You should stand in a line. That line will be referred as queue, isn't it or not? Okay, so obviously at the, what you will call, in the first show of any what you will call hero, famous hero, there will be a queue in the ticket counter, so you will stand in a queue. Then what is the thing that is going to happen? Whoever comes first and whoever comes stands first in the queue, he used to get the tickets first, isn't it or not? So here the concept is FIFO, first in, first out. That means the person who comes into the queue first time, okay, who comes into the queue first time, or who is in the queue initially, he used to get the tickets first, okay. That means here the concept is FIFO. That means first in, first out. The person who comes first will have the priority of getting his requirement first, okay. Similarly, if you reach any bank or if you go to any bank, okay, so generally consider there are 3 holidays, Saturday, Sunday and Friday are holidays due to some reason, and you have gone to some big bank in a what we call metropolitan city, or at least Guntur, a main branch bank like SBI, Arundalpet branch, like that you have visited. You have some work to do, okay. Whenever you visited on the Monday, and if consider the previous 3 days are holidays, obviously you can find a large queue, isn't it or not? Because all of them have much more requirements, because Saturday and Sunday and Friday are holidays due to some reasons, okay. So then what is the thing, the particular security guard or the persons in the counter used to say, please follow the queue, like that. So here also, if you stand in the queue, if you are the person before you will get the chance first, followed by you, and the person behind you will get the chance only after you, isn't it or not? So here the concept is first in, first out. The best example is the queue in a cinema halls for tickets, the queue in a, what you call, banks, etc. Okay, so here the order is FIFO, okay. So here in for example, if queue is growing in the direction of increasing address in the memory of, so for example, see how the queue is going to be executed means, see the first person here, this is the first person, second, third, fourth, like that, these are much more elements are present, okay. Here insertion and deletion both are used to take place from 2 different directions, okay. It is not like stack where insertion and deletion are going to take place only in the one direction. It is not like that in queue. In queue, from one side insertion is going to take place, that means adding of new elements will take place from the one direction, and removing of the elements will used to take place from the other direction. So if you observe any, at least in the ticket counter in a railway station, okay, the first person in the person who is taking the ticket at the present time, he don't come again in the same line, isn't same queue, isn't it or not? There will be U-turn for him, so that he used to take the ticket there and he used to reach it, used to go into the other queue and he used to get out, isn't it or not? So if you observe that particular queue in ticket counter or railway station ticket counter or in a cinema hall, whatever it may be, there will be a U-type queue, okay. The person used to go to that particular person who is giving the tickets. Whenever he receives the ticket, he used to take the turn to the U-turn, and he used to go from that direction only. He don't come again in the same direction from where he is standing till now, isn't it or not? Okay, that is the concept here also. So here the two ends are opened. Two ends are opened. Okay. And if you observe, see, I have told you an example. In the railway station, he used to take the ticket and he used to come from the other U-turn side. Okay. Here, if you observe, if any person comes from that other side and if he tries to take the ticket, the remaining persons will accept it? No, they don't accept. Na? Isn't it or not? Okay, that means because if any another or new person wants to come or enter into the queue, he needs to enter in that particular direction from where this particular person waited till now, isn't it or not? So here the insertion will take place from the one end and the deletion or removing will take place from the other end. Okay, you cannot add the elements from the deleting end and you cannot delete the elements from the adding end. Okay, one side is allocated, it is a queue is open for two sides, it is a queue has openings on two sides, but okay, both are unidirectional. That means one direction is entirely used for adding the elements, whereas the other direction is entirely used for deleting the elements. Okay, you cannot use the one same direction for entering and deleting. Okay, they are all unidirectional. One is for entering the elements and the other one is for deleting the elements. Okay, so this is an example for queue. Here, whatever the new elements used to add, they need to add in this particular direction. Okay, and whatever the elements are going to be deleted, those need to be deleted from this direction. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, so this is the front end and this will be called as rear end. Whatever the new elements are going to be added, those should be added in the rear end. Whatever is the elements to be deleted, those to be deleted in the front end. Okay, and see, this is an example for a queue. Okay, generally these kind of queues will be present in our banks. Okay, because see, if you go any bank like some SBI or whatever the bank to a main branch. Main branch means some big branch, not in a local small town branches or something where the crowd is very less. Okay, I am not talking about like that. If you go or if you reach, go to any bank which is of what you will call main branch in any big city, at least like Guntur. Okay, you can easily observe this concept because as it is a main branch, there will be multiple operations that are to be performed from that branch, and there will be an account for multiple number of persons for that branch. Okay, so what is the thing that is happens is what I am trying to explain is, see, if I want to apply for a new account, see, in that bank some hundreds of persons used to come. Okay, some of them some of them needs to apply a new passbook, that means new account, bank account. Some of them wants a new ATM card. Some of them might have what we will call lost their ATM and they may apply for the new ATM. Some of them needs a new RD, recurrence deposit. Some of them wants new fixed deposit. Some of them even wants PPF account, People's Provident Fund account. All these things used to be happen. Okay, and there will be a manager. Okay, or there will be one authority who needs to issue access to all these things, because if you observe here, recurrence deposit and fixed deposit, these two will be dealt by one person. He might be his qualification may be clerk. Okay, he used to deal with one clerk used to deal with what you will call fixed deposits and recurrence deposits. Okay, and there will see, I am just telling that if he is clerk, I too don't know his actual qualification, think that he is a clerk. Okay, clerk means here he is not going to give any tea or coffee. Okay, so or else he is some okay, think him as a clerk. Okay, so these two things used to be doing done. These two things will be performed by one person. What are these things? Recurrence deposit and fixed deposit are going to be performed by one person. Okay, and PPF account opening will be dealt by some other clerk, some other person. Okay, next what you will call applying of new bank account, this will be dealt by some other person. And what is the other things we have told? Lost ATM will be dealt by some other person. Issuing of new ATM and lost ATM, issuing of new card to the lost ATM persons will be dealt by one person. Totally we are having 5 different persons or 5 different branches. Okay, so all these things, what the particular clerk used to do, he used to give you some application, you need to fill the application. Then what is the thing he used to do? he will forward it to the branch manager or whatever it may be, some higher authority. Consider him as a manager, okay, branch manager or desk manager, whatever it may be, okay. So these 5 persons, what is the thing they used to do? They don't have an authority of issuing the new bank account or new RD account or whatever it may be. What is the thing they used to do is they will just make you to fill the application form. They will just guide you how to fill the application form. Once the application form is filled, they will give it to the class 4 or whatever it may be and tell them to get signed by the manager. Okay, and the manager may sign you manually. Then what is the thing these all guys used to do? They used to enter those details in the software and they will send that message to your manager. Okay, who used to send these messages? All the 5 persons. Okay, that means whoever what we call account opening session person, RDs and FDs opening session person, ATM card opening session person. Okay, like this multiple persons are there now. Insurance holding insurance opening session person. All these things, all these person they used to enter the detail in the software and they will forward it to the branch manager. The branch manager has to accept that request one by one. Okay, because every request has one number. Once he, for example, if all the 5 persons sends 5 different what you will call requests at a time, then he cannot access all of them now. He will access one by one. So if he is accessing one, the rest of the 4 things should be in the queue. The rest of the 4 things should be in the queue. They should wait in the queue like message 1, message 2, message 3, message 4, like that. Okay. Once he granted permission, then only they will come out of the queue. Then only they will come out of the queue. Okay. So once he granted permission, then only the clerk will grant the clerk can open your account. If that particular branch manager cannot give access to your request, okay, then that particular clerk, he cannot activate your account, whatever it may be, either it is FD account or ATM card request or new insurance policy, whatever it may be, he cannot open. Okay, so here the manager, whatever the request that will come from all the persons, those will be in a queue line. Okay, the manager will allow or accept one by one by checking its details whether it is genuinity or not. Okay, so that is the concept of queue. Once, see, the queue might have some size. It is a queue may have of size of 6 bytes or 8 bytes, like that. Okay, that means it, for example, if the queue size is 6 bytes, it can store only 6 instructions of 1 byte each. Or if the instruction size is 16-bit, it can store only 3 instructions. Okay, rest of the instructions, they will not be in the queue. Okay, they will be waiting outside. When they will enter into the queue means, once the previous instructions are granted, that means the instructions are the messages that are in the queue, once they are granted permission, they will leave out of the queue. That phenomena is called DQ. Okay, so DQ is nothing but whenever I granted the permission of accessing to this particular message, that particular message will come out of the queue. Okay, that will be called as DQ. Okay, whenever this element comes out, for example, whenever the first element comes out of the queue, then the second message will replace the position of the first place, and the third element will replace the second place, fourth element third place. Then you will get one empty space here. That empty space will be filled by the elements that are waiting outside. Okay, so this is the process that used to take place. Okay, so in queue used to follow the order called FIFO. FIFO means first in, first out. The element which comes first is to go first. Okay, the element which enters last will be taken out or will be accessed last. Okay, queue has opening on both the ends. Okay, one end is for inserting or adding the new elements. The other end is for deleting or removing the elements. Okay, so see, in stack, how many stack pointers you are having? In stack, as we have discussed in the previous class, in stack we are having only one stack pointer, isn't it or not? That particular stack pointer is also present at the top of the stack. Why it is present at the top of the stack? Because the stack pointer has closed permanently at the other end. So there is no need of addressing in that particular end which is closed permanently, because we cannot either insert the data from that end or we cannot remove the data at that particular end in the stack. Whereas the queue concept is considered, see in the diagram you can clearly see that it has openings at both the ends. One end is for inserting the data and the other one is for removing the data. So see, for this purpose it needs 2 pointers, not single pointer, whereas in stack you are having only 1 pointer. Okay, so these are some of the differences. In this slide we are going to deal the differences between stack and queue. See, stack is open at only one end, queue is open at both the ends. That means in stack, inserting and deletion of the data is possible only through one end. See, inserting the data and removing the data, both are possible only at from the one end. The other end is closed permanently. Whereas if you observe this queue, here we are having two ends. One end is used for inserting the data, whereas the other end is used for deleting or removing the data. Okay, so for as it has two ends, we need 2 pointers, whereas in the stack it has only one end that is open. Okay, here there is no operation that is going to be taken place at the other end. We need only one stack pointer, one pointer in a stack. It is called stack pointer. Whereas in queue we are having two pointers. We cannot call it them stack pointers. We are having 2 pointers. So these are some of the differences. See, you can see one end of the stack is fixed, whereas in the queue both the ends are open. That's what we have discussed. This is important concept. What is the concept of stack? Stack follows which order? LIFO. That is one of the important thing. So stack follows, 1 minute. Yeah, I should leave, I think. Wait. Okay, so while coming to its differences, so this is the main topic. Stack follows LIFO order, last in first out. Queue follows FIFO, first in first out. That means the elements comes first, they are going to be served first in queue, whereas the element that comes last are going to be served first in the stack. Okay, so 1 pointer is sufficient for stack, whereas 2 pointers are required to keep track on the 2 ends of the queue, because queue is open at 2 ends, so you need 2 pointers, whereas stack is open at 1 end, you need only 1 pointer. So these are the important differences between stack and queue. So please, one should be very much aware of these 2 things. Whatever you learn in the CAO, this particular computer architecture and organization, whether it is pipelining, okay, whether it is parallelism, whether it is push and pop operations, that means stack operations, whether it is queue, all these things has extension in your microprocessor and microcontrollers, embedded systems. Okay, if you take embedded systems, or if you opt any embedded systems as your MTech or what will, okay, these things will play a crucial role. Okay, so please make a note or remember them these things very well. Whenever you go for a interview in a core company based on embedded systems, then these are the primary questions they used to ask. What is a microprocessor? What is a microcontroller? Okay, that we haven't discussed till now. In the next topics or next sem we will discuss, no problem. What is stack? What is queue? Difference between stack and queue? What is mean by pipelining? What is mean by what we'll call push operation? What is the difference between push and pop? What is a stack pointer? Like what is a pointer? Like these things they used to encounter. Okay, so you should be thorough in these basics. Once you are thorough in these basics, then only you can understand programming or whatever the topics. Okay, so this is okay. All together, I think once again I will show you the syllabus and what is the thing I have covered. Once again I will show you. See, so this is a big unit. Here instructions, instruction and instruction sequencing, this is the name of the unit. So here we have discussed about register transfer notation, assembly language notation, basic instruction types, addressing modes, basic input output operations we have discussed, stacks and queues just now we have discussed, and we have already discussed about logical instructions, shift instructions and rotate instructions. So altogether this is the end of your second unit. See, once again go through the syllabus and check whether I have skipped any topic. If I have skipped please message me in the link or in the comment section of this video, or else please message me personally, so that I can understand, or I can come to know that I have skipped so and so topic, and I will give the clarity. Okay. Along with this, when I gone through the textbook or something, they have given the topics like one's complement and two's complement. I have, okay, so they have given the topics like one's complement and two's complement, signed magnitude form, like that. Okay, if required, I will teach you in the next classes, because as far as these three concepts are concerned, they are not required. If there is any requirement, I will teach you a separate class for those. Don't bother about them. Okay, the main concepts what you need to discuss is the syllabus, whether I have covered the syllabus or not. And one more thing is, I have what do you call material that is available with me. Okay, that material is based on, was written based on the, or with reference to the standard textbook called Morris Mano. Morris Mano is the standard textbook you need to follow for computer architecture and organization. Okay, so I have a material that is available with me. Okay, it is a, what we call a Xerox copy. Actually, I have taken it from some other sir who has taught this subject previously. So he is a very good person, very good talented sir. So he written the material very well. So I have taken it, and if there is any requirement, I'm just making small modifications. So I written the particular thing, particular material by following the standard textbook. So I am also following that same material. He is very senior person. Okay, so if you require, I will give you the material also. Okay, if possible, I will just scan those first and second units, and I will send to you via link or something. Okay, so that will take some days. Okay, at present you just go through my PPTs and my class. Okay, this is CAO is completely a theory subject. You can expect only 10 to 15% of problematic questions in the final exam. Rest 85%, 80 to 85%, or more than 80%, simply to say, it may reach up to 90% also, 95% also is only theoretical. Okay, so I think you all are familiar now. How, see, getting a marks in problematic subject is very easy, because if you write the formulas, you can get at least 50% marks. Whatever, whether the answer is right or wrong, they don't bother. If you write the steps, given data, you will get 1 mark. If you write the problem formula correctly, you will get some 2 marks, like that. So getting the marks in a problematic subject is very easy. But ours is a dry subject, simply to say, because everything is theory. Okay, so in order to get a good score in these kind of subjects, what is the thing you need to do is, you need to write, you need to draw more and more diagrams in the given questions. Okay, whatever the question they asked, okay, you need to draw the diagram. Okay, see, it is not necessary that there should be a diagram in your material. Okay, if they ask some topic like stacks and queues, there won't be any diagram in your material what I am going to provide to you. Okay, actually there are no diagrams for stacks and queues in the material or in the textbook also. They have just given the matter, but we have searched some net, and we have provided you some diagrams now, isn't it or not? I have gone through some internet, and I have provided you with some diagrams. Okay, so these kind of diagrams, if you think it is somewhat positive, you need not draw these kind of things, what we call dishes or something. You can just write like this, and data push is nothing but inserting the data, pop, removing the data. So this is an closed end, and this is an open end. You need not write this discs with multiple colors. You need not draw these things. Okay, so the main thing what you need to follow in my subject is, so try to explain with diagrams, and don't say that, or don't think that you should draw the diagrams only if they are present in your textbook. Okay, you can imagine on your own, and you need to draw the diagrams, and you need to point out more number of side headings, because ours is a dry subject. I am telling you once again, it is a dry subject. It is not a problematic subject. It does not include much more equations or something. Everything is theory. Okay, but this theory is very important. Okay, so concentrate main on side headings and main on diagrams. Don't think that that particular topic don't have any diagram in our standard textbook like that. Okay, if you think there I can draw the diagram for this particular topic on your imagination, please put forward the diagram. Okay, that diagram should be simple, not much more complicated diagram. Okay, block diagrams, CAO entirely deals with block diagram. Write a rectangular box and write something, it is so and so, and give some arrow marks. Like that you can easily draw the diagrams. Okay, so one more thing I want to say, from this we have completed the second unit, and from the next class I am going to start the third unit. Okay, so in this meanwhile, mostly on Saturday or Monday, next week Monday, I am going to conduct a grand test. That means on second unit, not first unit. First I am going to conduct the grand test on second unit by Monday. Okay, not even Saturday, by Monday. Okay, mostly on Monday. If not Monday, okay, it will be on some other day in the next week. Don't bother, because based on my subject completion, topic completion, or based on my time schedule, whatever it may be, because I need to attend the invigilations of 4th years or something, I may postpone for one or the other day, but it should be surely in the next week. Okay, an exam, okay, and what you will call exam with 20 or 25 multiple choice questions, 20 to 25, depends upon my concept. Okay, I will give you some 40 minutes time for that. Okay, 40 or 30 minutes, don't bother about the time, but I will give some 30 minutes time. Okay, and I will give some 25 questions. You need to answer those 25 questions. Okay, based on the marks what you are going to get in that particular thing, okay, those marks will be considered as your first assignment marks. The first assignment or second assignment, whatever it may be, the exam is on second unit, what we have discussed till day. What is the reason why I am conducting the test in second unit is, it is the updated unit what you are going to learn from these days. Okay, I think the first unit is already out of your memory. So first of all, I am going to conduct the test in the second unit. The marks what you are going to get will be considered as your first assignment marks. Okay, the number of questions may vary from 20 to 30. Okay, so I will make it for 10 marks or whatever it may be. Okay, so that I will take care. First assignment test on unit number 2, that is in the next week, any day from Monday to Saturday. I will intimate only on the previous day. Okay, if not intimation, right, directly you may get the link also. Be ready for that. Okay, prepare this week, prepare that exam in this week and get ready for the next week. Okay, I may or may not intimate, directly you may get a link consists of an exam. Okay, thank you.